Welcome to episode number, I don't know, of That's Cooked with Steph. Today we are on a solo mission. So let's catch up, guys. What the fuck has been going on? I don't even know. So much. I don't even know where to start, where to begin, what to talk about. Well, I guess we can address the elephant in the room. I did go on a date with PCO at this past TNA tapings. We had an in-ring segment, which was heaps of fun. And yeah, it was our first date. This won't be a spoiler because this will be released like the week after it aired. So I can spill the beans and I can tell you guys all about it. TNA has been really fun. It's been like really, really enjoyable. And I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I had done Impact a couple of times, maybe like 18 months ago, where I wrestled Jordan and I wrestled Deonna, and I didn't really know what to expect this time around. But it's been such like a pleasant surprise, I would say, of just, I don't know, how I've been treated and how I feel. And, you know, there's like so many changes going on within the wrestling world in general that I just feel like I'm in a really good spot right now. And I'm very excited. I know that sounds very like vague and hippy dippy, but that's just the way it's going to be, guys. TNA has been really fun. It's cool getting to work with different people and getting to pick the brains of people like Gail Kim and Tommy Dreamer. You know, they're so knowledgeable. So being back in an environment where there's like some really, really experienced, talented people to learn from is like a nice breath of fresh air. And getting to be back in like a television environment again. The further in my career I go, the more I kind of learn like what I do like, what I don't like, what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy. You know, it's just the way it goes. I feel like the older you get, the smarter you get, and the more you kind of realize like what you do and don't want. And yeah, I don't know. So far, I've had like a really pleasant experience working at TNA. So stay tuned. It's fun to be on TV every week again. And it's fun being in a creative storyline where like my ideas are heard and I have a lot of creative input over what I do, which is really cool. So it's fun being in a collaborative environment like that. But yeah, so that's TNA. TNA is going really well. I've got a full face of makeup on today. Early as hell. It's like 10:30 a.m., which is way too early for me to be with a full face of makeup and hair and all sorts of that shit. But I had a beach shoot this morning, so early bird gets the worm is the saying. So I begrudgingly dragged my ass out of bed this morning and got ready and went to the beach and did what I needed to do. You know, hustlers never stop. Speaking of hustlers, I was on a flight the other day from Arizona home, and I was at the airport and I was kind of bored, and I was like, maybe I should buy a book. I'm trying to be in my reading era, but I really suck at reading because I have ADHD, so I just get bored so quickly. But I'm really in my reading era, and I was like, what's a book that I'll feel drawn to? Because I don't like, what is it? Fiction? Fiction is fake, right? I don't like bullshit stories. Like, I don't want to read a story about a dragon. I don't care. It's not real. I can't connect to it. I have such a big imagination, but I struggle to get invested in movies and television and books and whatever else if it's like some real otherworldly shit. Like, I struggle with Stranger Things. I struggle with, even there was the newest season of True Detective when they started doing like random shit, like what is the like paranormal shit. I was like, I'm bored. I don't like this. This is boring. So I was like, I need a book that I think I'll feel connected to in some way. So I picked up 50 Cent's book. I honestly don't even know which one it is because I know he has multiple books. I picked up one of 50 Cent's books and I legitimately read it the whole flight. Like, I started and finished the book in the flight. It was insane. I've never done that and like read a book in one sitting. To be fair, it is like a smaller book, but I don't know, dude. Like, something about it just really resonated with me and with where I'm at in my life. And I don't know, I didn't expect 50 Cent to be so philosophical, but a lot of the lessons and a lot of the shit that he was talking about, I was like, I can relate to this and I can apply it to my own life. Because I love hip hop as well, of course, I'm going to feel more connected, you know, to a book written by 50 Cent than I would some random other author. But yeah, I wish I could tell you what the name of the book is because I'd recommend it. But read one of 50 Cent's books. I'll figure out which one it is. If anyone's into like business and like that hustle mentality, I guess. It sounds fucking lame when you say it, but that's kind of what it is. I don't know. I found it very inspiring and I found it very relatable. Even if you're not a rapper, obviously, I mean, I am a rapper now because I released Two Bad Bitches Feat Becca, which is on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Music. So you should listen to it. I made a song earlier this year. So actually, technically, I am a rapper. But yeah, even if you're not a part of that lifestyle, there's still life lessons, I think, that most people could probably apply to their own lives if you wanted to look into it in that way. So yeah, read 50 Cent's book. But yeah, back to wrestling. Like, there is so many interesting things going on. The TNA NXT crossover is definitely very interesting. I mean, having Jordan turn up on NXT, and then this past week, Joe Hendry and Frankie Kazarian on NXT, Tatum Paxley on TNA. I don't know. It's like a weird realm that I never thought would be crossed, and now it's crossed. So it kind of just feels like anything goes in wrestling right now, which is cool. I remember when Mickie James, sorry guys, I'm not going to be able to stop. I was about to say meowing. I'm not going to be able to stop meowing. I'm not going to be able to stop yawning, and that's just the way it's going to be. I remember when Mickie James came out at the Rumble, and she had the championship with her, and they put on her nameplate like Knockouts World Champion, and I was like, holy fuck, like they're acknowledging it. So now I feel like, when was that, like a couple of years ago? I feel like now it's just even in this like otherworldly realm of professional wrestling that I think is very exciting for a lot of different people. I think there's a lot of opportunities, and I think there's also a lot of people who have been working really hard for years that are now starting to get the recognition for all their hard work, which is like very exciting. So that's very cool to see. So yeah, I'm buzzing for all my friends that are doing well, and I'm buzzing for myself as well because I'm also doing well, and I'm having fun while doing it. And I think that's the key to life. Like, there's no point doing shit if it's not fun. And I know that sounds like so basic and so simple, but I really feel like that is the key to life. Like, do fun shit until it's not fun anymore, and then you need to change it. And I feel like there's so many people who don't change it. Like, how many people do you know are in a relationship and they're not happy, or have a job that they're not happy with, or they're not happy with their physiques, or they're not happy with literally fucking anything, their living situation, anything. It's like, you know, I know it sounds crazy being like, well, just change it, just do something about it. But I don't know. I feel like people have more control over their lives than they think they do. It's just, it takes a certain level of like responsibility and also guts, I guess, to acknowledge that you want to change something, and then to actually take the steps moving forward to change it. Oh my God, look, Helen in the background. Helen. Oh my God, Helen is the cutest cat I've ever fucking seen. I'm obsessed. Come here. Oh my God, I love her. Yeah, so fuck, I feel like today is really one of these philosophical rants. Usually I have Mance with me, but we're riding solo today, so it's just kind of a whole bunch of talking to myself and talking to you guys. Kind of missed it, honestly. I feel like I got into a groove of like my format, and now that I am usually tag teaming, now that I'm like solo again, it's a whole different experience. I've wanted to take That's Cooked on the road for fucking as long as it's existed. Oh my God, I just cracked my neck and that felt so good. Yeah, I wanted to take That's Cooked on the road for a long time, but it's so hard. Like, it's hard enough to be consistent with doing the podcast at home, let alone consistent with doing the podcast on the road, getting guests, expecting them to come onto this basically for free just to like promote themselves. But then also like finding somewhere that has good sound, is quiet, has a good setup, like good lighting, all of that stuff, traveling with camera, microphone, lighting, all that kind of shit. It's like, it's definitely not as easy as you think it is. So I'm kind of toying up with like, maybe should I set up in a studio in Orlando and film like once a month or once every couple of weeks and try and bring in some guests and do it a bit more professionally. But also I am kind of juggling so many balls at the moment. Constantly. I always am, and I always add more. I feel like sometimes I'm trying to like test myself of like, how much shit can you do at once before you absolutely lose your mind? And the answer is a lot of shit so far, because I am doing a lot of shit right now. But yeah, I want to expand the pod. I want to take us to new heights. We've got like a core group of listeners that listen every week, and I'm so thankful for you guys. Like, you guys are fucking my rocks. But at the same time, with wrestling, with life, with the podcast, with everything, I'm always trying to elevate. I'm always trying to get to that next level. I'm always like scheming. So what's my next podcast scheme? We'll see. Stay tuned. Are there any guests, I guess I should say, that you guys want me to see if we can line up? Because if that is a thing where we start doing guests, maybe you guys should drop in the comments who you would like to see us chat with and interview, because that would probably be a good place to start. But yeah, man, like, life on the road is tough. It really is. Trying to be consistent with anything in any way is really tough when you're on the road. Like, I traveled so much last year. I think I went to Australia like 7 times. I went to Japan 3 times. I went to the UK. Every fucking week I was in multiple different states in America. Like, last year was so ham. And the start of this year was really busy as well. And for the next like 6 months moving forward, I've just kind of had to sit and like evaluate what I want and what I want to be doing. I think part of that is traveling a little bit less, which I know sounds crazy. Hold on. I've been getting calls from fucking telemarketers all day for weeks. I need to block this one phone number. Yeah, I think I want to travel a little bit less, which is crazy because I actually fucking love traveling and I love getting to see different places. But traveling for work and traveling for wrestling are 2 very different things. And traveling like for fun. 2 different things, 3 different things, whatever the fuck. It's different. It's one thing going on a vacay and it's another thing working. But yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I want to dial it back just a little bit. I'm so like, my other ventures are growing. Like, my OnlyFans is thriving, Whatnot, which is like weekly auctions that Mance and I do every week. We've started doing it twice a week when we don't have shows on the weekend. And that is like thriving and that's really fun. So we're kind of like, my plate is getting more full and more full. And also I want to put a little bit more emphasis in the next 6 months into my physique and like my diet, my training and stuff, which is just so hard to do when you're traveling. Like, you can try and eat clean, but any wrestler who hears this will completely understand with what I'm talking about. It's very hard when you're on the road and the show finishes at like 11 or whatever and it's midnight and the only things open are like shitty takeout. Like shitty fucking takeaway. And even then, it's like, it's just so not optimal. Like, you go for hours without eating and then you have to eat a whole bunch of shit at once and then you're not sleeping. Like, everything, your whole shit just gets so jacked up. So I'm like, you know, I really love my CrossFit gym. I really love being home and being able to train at my gym and eat my food and hang out with my cats. And I don't know, I feel like last year I grinded so hard. I don't want to say I'm like burnt out, but it's kind of getting to the point where it's like I want to spend a little bit more time at home. So whatever that means and however that kind of looks, who knows? Stay tuned. We'll see. But yeah, other than that, like, everything is going very swimmingly. The cats are all getting along. My new fish tank that I got from Elton Prince is like set up and ready to go. But I go to Australia in 2 days, so it's like smart for me to not put fish in it until I get back. I'm like, what's the point of putting fish in it to then leave for like a week and a half? So I'm just going to wait until I get home to put fish in my tank. But yeah, I go to Australia in 2 days, very much dreading the flight. It'll be great to see my family. It'll be great to see everyone. But yeah, I'm definitely dreading the travel. The flight's brutal. But once I get there, it'll be good. I have a very, very special and exciting new set of gear made just for Australia, ready to go. Oh my God. I can't stop yawning, guys. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I've got a new set ready to fucking roll. So that's going to be exciting as hell. I'm ready for that. And yeah, we've got the World Series Wrestling Tour in Australia. We're hitting Brisbane, Adelaide, Melbourne, and Sydney. So 4 shows this tour. It's going to be awesome. I love wrestling in Australia. Every single time I get to come home and wrestle in Australia, it's such a blessing getting to wrestle in front of the fans that have watched me literally since day one. Like, I have fans come up to me to be like, oh my God, I used to watch you when you were Facebook. I'm like, holy fuck. Like, that is vintage as hell. So I'm definitely excited to see all my old fans, all my friends, everyone I came up with, everyone I started training with. It's always good to check in with everyone and see how everyone's going. And yeah, obviously to see my family. I am going to have so much fucking merch with me. I'm so excited. My micro brawler came in. Oh my God, I wish I had it. It's in the other room. I have a brand new micro brawler, which is so exciting. Like, the coolest shit in the world. You know what? I'm going to get the brawler. Hold on. All right, guys. I'm back. Let me make sure this... Okay, the voice recording. All right, guys. Look at this. This is fucking sick. Let me focus on her. Let me get it to focus. There we go. Look at that. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen? It has my cooked cunt gear as well. Like, the detail, the face tat, the eyebrows, the piercings, the bangs. Shit, bitch. It's a very, very cool micro brawler. We have sold so many of these motherfuckers. I slept in really late because I had to travel all day. That was crazy. So I was like pretty much jet lagged. And I woke up at like 1:45 and they went for sale live at 1 p.m. And the guy from Pro Wrestling Tees messaged me and was like, hey, we've sold 190 so far. And I was like, oh, fuck. So then I started posting about it. And yeah, we've sold a shit ton. I've ordered a bunch so I can sell some signed ones too. I also ordered a bunch so I can bring them to Australia. So I will have micro brawlers in Australia and I will have a exclusive Australia t-shirt. So I've got a bunch of cool stuff going on. The more we do whatnot and the more we do stuff like that, the more awesome merch there is. So yeah, there's lots of stuff going on, lots of new shit, micro brawler. Got a new bendy coming later on this year. So the back end of this year is very figure heavy for me, which is very exciting because everyone loves to get a new figure of themselves. So yeah, that's the exciting, cool stuff. I also am looking at expanding DSL, which is cool. So yeah, I need to have a look and see what that is going to look like, what kind of product we're going to have coming next, because we've done a couple of lipsticks, we've done a lip balm. So now I'm wondering, do I branch out of the lip realm? Do I stay with lips? I don't know. I need feedback from my fans. So we're going to look at expanding DSL soon. You guys know what it's like. I'm always cooking up some shit. I'm always up to something. But it's an exciting way to be. I have realized that my personality type just wants to go and go and go and not stop. And then when I stop, I fall asleep. And I need to understand that just because I am that way, it doesn't mean that everyone else is. But that's what works for me. I love doing crazy shit. I love keeping you guys on this ride with me. Yeah, we're always up to something. I think I broke my camera the other day, which is cool. I was filming promos with Mance, and then I dropped my camera from a height, like the camera that I'm filming on right now. So I actually don't even know if this camera is capable of recording audio anymore, which is not ideal. I mean, look, I can still use it for photos and I can use it for video if I'm recording the audio on my mics. So I technically still can use it for the podcast. It's just definitely not ideal to have completely fucking broken my camera, but that's the way it goes. I am also looking into getting new podcast microphones. Everyone's kind of, it seems like Rode is the way to go, like RODE, Rode, the Rode pod mics. I tried to get free ones out of them, but they didn't want to give them to me. So whatever it is, what it is, I think I'm going to get some new Rode mics very soon. But yeah, that's kind of like the solo Steph update. I don't know. I'm trying to think like what, I don't really think there's anything. I mean, I changed all my rings to gold. Do you guys like this shit? Except this one. That was the only one. I remembered it's really, really hard for me to change my lip rings. So I left that one in because I was kind of like, I could be fucked being in pain yesterday. But I changed like my eyebrow bars, my nose rings, and then I've got like a full ear. How cool does that look? Full ear of gold rings because I'm in my bougie bitch era. So I decided to change the aesthetic to all gold, and that's kind of what we're rolling with for the time being. I'm a gold bougie bitch now. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. That's the update. What month is it? June. It's the middle of summer. It's hot as fuck in Orlando. Every time I leave the house, I get swamp ass, but you know what? That's just the way it goes. It is what it is. Perfect beach weather, perfect pool weather. I'm a lizard. I love being in the sun. I love swimming in the pool. I love going to the beach. I'm just that kind of gal. Oh, that reminded me. I really want to go to Volcano Bay very soon. I need to buy tickets for that ASAP. Shit. Lots to do, guys. Always lots to do and never enough time to do it. But I will make time. God, that made me really excited for Halloween Horror Nights. I'm really trying to not wish away the rest of the year because I really, I want to live in the moment and I want to be present and I want to enjoy what I'm doing. But at the same time, I fucking love Halloween Horror Nights and Halloween in general and October, spooky season. I feel like I started my pod around spooky season last year. Oh my God, that means it's going to be the 1 year. That's so exciting. Yeah, so enjoying the present, looking towards the future. That is the way that I roll. All right, guys. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this rambling of nothing for the last 25 minutes. This was the solo Steph update for That's Cooked. If you like what I'm doing, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Steph DeLanda. Remember, if you liked this video, give me a comment, subscribe to my page because I'm trying to build this shit and that shit helps. All right, guys, until next time, that's cooked.